Second. All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Elohim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well in his truth. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shabbat Mama Wan back at you with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be called A Digital World, because, and Shalom, brother Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah, because the times that we're in, as we already can see, we're in a digital world anyway. All right. But, that agenda of everything being digital is right around the corner, Shalom, brother Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. All right. Everything that is around us is almost pretty much completely digital, and they're going to keep pushing that agenda, especially, with this collapse of the dollar bill, with all these things happening, with the wars going on and what do you call it? The hyperinflation in the stores, all that is going to lead to that digital currency. That's going to lead to that digital, to that money collapse. All right. Because it was spiritual the other day. I went to the store and I went to go get me some, some couple little meats, and there was barely any kind of meat there. I was looking for a specific type of meat. And the guy had said, I had asked him, what's up with these flat iron steaks? I haven't seen them in like a month, 2 months. He was like, yeah, we haven't been getting anything in lately. He said, and I was like, yeah, that's because there's a famine coming around. I was just saying that being funny. He was like, yeah, I actually, you're not lying. He said that the job just told us today that there's no more, he said that it's becoming harder and harder to get meat into the places, into these stores. And that's why I was looking at a piece of meat that was back in the day. It was literally probably like maybe $10 for the steak. That shit was like $25. And I was just like, oh man, this hyperinflation is heavy right now. And a lot of people don't realize it because they just go and buy food, because they need it. But when you go out there and you go to the store and you spend $100 and you realize you came out with like fucking 4 products, you're like, oh shit, this shit is going up. But all that goes into, hyperinflation to the point where people can't, afford things. And because of the war, because all that war brings up hyperinflation. That's why you see the prices of gas, they're up and all that. But that's because before an economy drops, those type of things happen, just like in the time of the Great Depression and things like that. Prices went up so much with food and gas and things like that because they were in the middle of war, and that's what's going to happen today. The same exact thing is going to happen. So that dollar will fall. And as you can see, we are no longer really dealing with international buying, and once the dollar falls internationally, then that just basically pushes the agenda of them getting digital currency, because we're not dealing with no other type of countries anymore. Now we're just dealing with what's in the United States. So that's another reason why they will bring in that digital currency, and the point of that is that everything is just going to be led to that microchip. All right. And that microchip is being pushed really heavy right now. It just started coming out it's been being talked about for years now. The apostles and elders been talking about it for 30 plus years. The brothers in this truth been talking about it for 10 years, and, newer brothers been talking about it. But what I'm saying is that right now you're starting to see it spoken about more and more in the news, because they feed you that gradualism, just like they fed us, the yo jabba jabba. They had us all thinking, that it was safe to take, this and that, until they started bringing it out more and more. And then now look at that. Everything is mandatory pretty much now. Now they're talking about how you can't, I believe it's in California. California just dropped that you cannot go to the stores to buy food unless you have that yo jabba jabba. So it's gonna keep on pushing to every state, until eventually everybody is down with that type of that movement. And with that being said, everything's gonna leave from that being mandatory, the yo jabba jabba, to them giving you that microchip to be mandatory, because that's why they've been feeding us that agenda of the yo jabba jabba, because people are really fucking tired of that shit. People tired of hearing that over and over and over again. And by them closing down the things that they're closing down in society and telling you that you can't do these things unless you're jabbed up, that's what's going to bring it much easier for them to bring in that agenda of that technology of the microchip, because they're going to hit you with that one little solution and tell you, you know what, all this could go away if you just take this microchip, and you don't got to worry about, mandatory Joe Jabba Jabbas anymore, and they're going to tell you that, which they're telling you right now, that they have an actual yo jabba jabba that is connected to a microchip, and it could detect that 1-9, so you already see what type of way it's going into, and they're doing that purposely. Gradualism, that's what they do. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a couple videos that I have. Oh, you know what, Salaki, let me get this screen share going real quick. Yeah, let me get this this on my Instagram. All right, got a bunch of, let's just look at this one. All right, delusional Los Angeles officials push new rule to starve out the the yo jabba jabba, the yo jabba jabba, by denying them access to retail grocery stores. You see? So hey man, they're making these moves on us, and people are fucking still not getting the point. People are still just having a good old time and thinking shit is sweet, and these things are coming out right before your eyes, but because they got you caught up in music and movies and clubs and shit like that, you're not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're the ones that are being sober and vigilant. We're the ones that are constantly walking circumspect, man, because we see these things happening right before our eyes. All right. Then you got let me see, you got 1 second. See, this is New York City. All right, it says the key to New York City unlocks. All right. Basically, they're trying to tell you that, look, and this is starting tomorrow. You need proof of all, being jabbed up to unlock everything in New York City, which is offered onto us. So if you want to go to the movies, you want to go to a live music, a concert, all right, museums, aquariums, all right, stadiums, convention centers, all right. It says bowling alleys, arcades, pool, billiards, all that shit. You're going to have that yo jabba jabba. All right. Restaurants, catering halls, all right, and nightclubs. It goes on forever. Bakeries. They just put a bunch of shit. Look, gyms. People, these people love going to the gym. People love showing off their fucking body, And you know what? You're gonna have to be jabbed up for you to go in there. And these people are going to do it because these people want to have the ways of this society. They just want things to go back to normal. So that's why they're ruling out, they're basically separating right now who are the ones that are going to be going down with the ones of the ways of society, and who are going to be the ones that are just going to be the ones that just fall with it. You got these people that are just retarded as hell, and they just do anything that the damn government tells them to do. The government tells your ass to jump out of a damn window tomorrow and it's healthy for you. They're going to fucking go do that shit, So the ones that go do and apply with the ways of this society, those are definitely going to take that microchip with no problem. There's just no question about it. Why? Because they want to go back to normal. But the ones that don't want to, take any of that, the yo jabba jabba or the microchip, That's what they really want to get the answer to. Who are the ones that are not going to participate in the way of society? And that's why they have this little article right now where it's saying, give me 1 second. Yeah, these days, damn devils don't even let me put up my shit right now, man. They're like knocking my shit out. Give me 1 second. Look, this is the U.S. has authority to fine or jail anyone who refuses. All right, the yo jabba jabba, and they put this back in 1905. They made an actual a law on it, and the brother actually, I think he put it in here. Let me see. Yeah, see, he put it right here. It says description. This is the actual law case. It's Jacobson versus Massachusetts, 197 U.S. 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 11, 1905. It says was a United States Supreme Court case in which the court upheld the authority of the states to enforce compulsory, the word, yo jabba jabba's laws. The court's decision articulated the view that individual liberty is not absolute and is subject to policy power of the state. Religious freedom is under individual liberty. They kind of, people try to use that, that little religion way out. They'll be like, well, it's against my religion. But hey, they don't even really want to fucking hear that shit. They're not going to hear none of that shit. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to make sure they knock that out, But it's an actual little, law that they put way back in 1905, man. So it really is no way around it. And your laws, all right, your constitutional laws mean shit. A lot of people don't realize that. These constitutional laws were actually more put out to be used for the government. I remember when President Bush was in presidency, he had said that, clear out his mouth. He said that your constitutional rights is just a piece of paper and it means shit. That is really more for the elites to use against us. They're not gonna, how many laws do we have that we try to use against these damn devils in the court systems and all that, and we still don't get our way, because it really doesn't matter. But when they need to get something done, they're gonna use that shit against you, and they're gonna make sure that it's used and it works. So all these constitutional laws were really made for their sakes, you understand, not for us. Okay. Check this out. Give me a
microchip that can detect viruses in the blood, including COVID-19. The chip would be inserted just under the skin and alert the user if the coronavirus is present in the images. And this is sort of cool. Scientists at the Pentagon are developing a microchip that can
see, so now they have developed the actual microchip that's detecting that, and that's how you know that they've been just hitting you with gradualism with that yo jabba jabba for a reason, because they are going to present that microchip. Because a lot of people thinking that the yo jabba jabba is the microchip. No, it's not. That the actual microchip is going to be an RFID chip. All right, radio frequency identification. It's not the actual yo jabba jabba, but now they're being clever and they're being cunning hunters that they are. Now they're trying to tie the yo jabba jabba together with the microchip, But that's ultimately because they've been using the gradualism with the yo jabba jabba, that they figured that they can still use that agenda and bring in that microchip, at the same time, to make people feel more comfortable, because they're going to present it to you and tell you, you know what? You don't have to take this no more. You don't have to get jabbed up anymore, because this microchip right here is going to help you with that. And that would be the smartest thing to do, you got real people you got people really bugged the fuck out with all this new variant and all this, this C19 bullshit. They really think that shit is out there existing, and it really ain't. That shit is the fakest thing ever, man. It's all just to push agenda. Now, is people really dying of, sicknesses and, pestilences? Yeah, absolutely. But them putting that yo jabba jabba in you is what's giving you this, this extra disease, and on top of that, it's all made to what? To put in that technology that everybody's been speaking about that's in it, the nanotechnology. That nanotechnology, is easier for you to connect to the system, because we living in the time of what? The fourth industrial revolution, the internet of things. Everything is an internet thing. Everything is a smart this, smart that. So by you getting that nanotechnology in you, all right, when they come to hook you up to that actual microchip, is that much easier, So what else they got in here? They got
back to the matter ways of people's.
All right, this next story may sound like something out of, a Hollywood thriller. A Saudi inventor has created a killer microchip. It's designed to track terrorists and criminals and, well, you can think of somebody. Not only does it include a GPS device, it also has a lethal dose of cyanide, which can be activated at any time. You get my point?
And it's crazy because this is the new news that's coming out. They're coming out with all these different types of news of chips, and telling you different forms of chips and things like that. So they're in the midst of all this yo jabba jabba bullshit. Now they're starting to feed you that gradualism of that chip, and they're giving you a heads up that it's coming, and all the yo jabba jabba shit that's going on, it leads to that road. All roads lead to that microchip. Every single thing that's going on is leading to one agenda. That new world order represents one agenda, and that's the microchip. It's plain and simple. All right. So keep going on that.
The inventor's bid for a patent has been rejected in Germany. Joining us now this morning to talk about it, Jake Ward, deputy editor of Popular Science. Okay, this is pretty macabre, pretty sinister and nefarious. How exactly would this work?
Well, there's a category of technology that involves GPS tracking systems being shrunk down to the size where you could actually implant it surgically. And we've seen a number of applications for this.
And hey, that's man, I did a video a while back and they pretty much knocked out my whole entire page off of that. They knocked that. I ended up getting suspended for it. I was speaking about how back in, I think it was in April, how President Biden last year in April, he signed off, Salakia, that was this year. This year in April, he signed off on an executive order of the microchip, and a lot of people didn't realize it. And what he was doing in there was speaking about the 4 main ingredients that were put into that microchip, because he wasn't using the word microchip. He was using computer chip as the word. But when I did the lesson, I took the 4 ingredients he was speaking about, and then I went into RFID chip in the internet, where it broke down what's in radio, what's in an RFID chip. And it was the same exact ingredients that he was using in there. All right. And that in his little speech he was giving, all 4 of those ingredients were in the RFID chip. When you look it up on Wikipedia, what radio frequency is, and like they just said, it's like a GPS system. That was one of the ingredients in there, that they were taking like GPS systems that were from like from the airplanes from way back in the day, to detect things and find things, and they were putting it in the microchip. The 4 ingredients was semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, the GPS part, but I forgot exactly what was the name they were using for it. And it was a whole nother thing in there that it was saying. But that was one of the ingredients. And look, they're talking about it right now, saying that, hey, it's like a GPS system, because why? Because they're going to need to track everything down on you, and they're going to be with this microchip, they're going to be able to tell you, you know, what's wrong with your health, you know, to find you if you get lost, you know, to basically to track, you know, any type of history in it. You know, that's what that goes into.
This is without question the most sinister version of it that I've certainly heard of. You know, and the notion of tracking criminals is not new, but the notion of killing them remotely, I think, is a whole new thing.
Yeah, and Germany says, look, we're not going to approve this.
That's
because for that very purpose. And apparently in some of the paperwork and applying for the patent, you know, you could track fugitives from justice, terrorists, illegal immigrants, criminals, political opponents, defectors, and Saudi Arabians who don't return home from pilgrimage. It's a little bit wild.
I agree. I mean, the thing about you know, this kind of patent is Germany has very tight laws about making sure that you're not registering something that really is just a bad idea, a scary idea. And in this case, this guy obviously has some very strong feelings about what it would be used for, but it just seems a little outlandish.
Yeah, well, terrorist groups might be interested. I'm sure they'd be happy to grant their own form of a patent for that.
Sure.
The bigger world, though, of GPS, talk to us about how it's being used to, for example, track sex offenders.
Sure. The Washington state legislature right now is considering the possibility of registering perhaps 100 sex offenders with a GPS chip that's implanted in their shoulder, because they found that a few of them have been wearing them on their wrists and then have cut them off, which just defeats the purpose. And so, but the larger world of this technology is actually pretty happy stuff. I mean, there is new technology for tracking Alzheimer's patients, you know, who
may wander away.
Right.
Sure.
Tracking the vital signs of professional athletes from the sideline. You know, there's been a couple of cases in which, you know.
Man, that gives me a scripture right. I gotta pause that real quick. I got a scripture for that right now. That's Ecclesiasticus 12 and 17, and it says 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right, and as a matter of fact, since I'm right here, I'll start at 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. All right, because it goes into, you know, how they speak, man. They speak with that little cunning ass tongue. All right. Matter of fact, it tells you in Psalms 55, all right, that his words were smoother than butter. All right. But in his heart was what? War. So that's how this devil's coming at you right now. They're going to tell you the most beautiful thing with these damn chips. You know, look how he's already explaining it. You know, it's going to be able to tell you vital signs as an athlete. You know, you're going to be able to register your offenders, and we're going to be able to catch them. And they'll tell you things like, you know, for autistic kids, because there's a lot of autism in these days, you know, they're going to tell you something like, it's going to be able to if someone takes your autistic kids, we'll be able to find them, you know, or even as simple as somebody kidnaps your kids, you know, we'll be able to find them with these chips, you know, things like that. Those are things that are just, that make people feel safe, you know. Matter of fact, that's another scripture real quick. Let me get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see, because they're going to give you that peace and safety. They're going to make you feel comfortable, make you feel like everything is okay. Why? Because that's what he does. The devil, these damn devils, man, they speak cunningly with their mouth, you know, and they make you feel comfortable. All right. So it goes back to 16. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So yeah, they speaking cunningly and they speaking sweet with their lips, but at the end of the day, in the back of his mind, he like, man, yeah, I'm gonna get this fool right here and I'm gonna kill his ass. You know, they don't understand that our people don't understand that there's just straight destruction behind all this, and it says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to give you that nice Mr. Nice Guy type shit, but his countenance is going to change. You're going to see the real devil in his ass. And these people in these last days are going to really find out that the government and these so-called white people are the true fucking devils that the Bible speak of, man. Because why? That is just in his blood. It's naturally in his blood to be wicked, man. All right. Matter of fact, what's it tell you in let me get that real quick. The wicked is estranged from the womb, KJV. All right, this is Psalms 58:3. And it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, so he been speaking lies since he been fucking born. All right. That there's no way that you're gonna be able to change his ways, man. All right. As a matter of fact, another scripture. Let me get that real quick. Can an Ethiopian change his skin? All right. So it says Jeremiah 13. Trying to click into it and it don't let me. Jeremiah 13:23, and it says, can an Ethiopian, right here, can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Yeah, because you're not going to change his ways, man. An evil person that's meant to be evil is always going to be evil, man. There's no way of changing that. He was made to be that vessel of dishonor, man. Just like it tells you in Romans 9:20. It says, nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Has not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? You see? So he made Esau, the so-called white man, a vessel of dishonor. And then it says, what if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? Yeah, so Esau is made to be that vessel of dishonor, man. All right, he's the one that fits destruction. Nobody else fits that destruction but his ass. Yeah, these other nations is gonna go through destruction also, because they had their hands in the cookie jar when it came to our slavery. But to a true man that fits destruction is the so-called white man. There is no one more evil than the so-called white man, man. Everything he does is a perpetual hatred amongst our people. Going into Jeremiah 35. Jeremiah 35 and Salakia, not Jeremiah, Ezekiel. Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. You see, he's had a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. That's why he's our evil twin brother, man. All right. And that goes back into Genesis in 27. In 27, when he says the days of my father are at hand, which he's at where he was about to die. And he said, what did he say? When my father dies, that I will slay my brother Jacob. So he's been doing that ever since, and has that perpetual hatred for us. And then you have to understand that Esau is the wicked, all right, because his blessing was the sword. All right, it tells you right here. It says by the force of the sword, okay? And Esau was given the blessing of the sword, okay? So the wicked, let's go to real quick. That would be Psalms 17 and 13. And it says, "Oh, arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." You see? So they are the wicked. And how you know that Esau is the wicked? You will go to Malachi 4, it's like 1 and 4. All right. And we'll start right here at 2. And it says, "I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob." See, he loved Jacob, "and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness." Yeah, because that's what this place. That's why America's about to be made a heritage. It's going to be made desolate. You know, a habitation of dragons. You know, like it tells you in Isaiah 34 chapter. Then it says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." All right, and he did that, coming back into the revival of the Roman Empire, all right, after Jacob was pretty much whooping his ass all over the mountains for 1,000 years. After them 1,000 years were done, they came back into rulership through that revival of the Roman Empire, all right? They were that deadly wound that was healed, with the one that it speaks in Revelations 13. All right. And it says, "They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness." You see? So Edom is being called the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh has indignation forever. So, hey, they're hated by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. And there's no way around that, man. All right. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, be wicked. And he's going to continue to be wicked and push wicked agenda more and more and more. Goes into Psalms 83, when they say what? It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. All right. Against who's the people? Us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the true Hebrew Israelites. And it says, "and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And they were doing that back in the days, and they're doing that again now. All right. And then it says, if you go into 6, it says the tabernacles of Edom, then Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagarenes. All right. Just them 4 alone, you're talking about the so-called white man. Ishmaelites is the Arabs. Moab is the Chinese. The Hagarenes are the Africans. You see, so these are all people that come together and always come out with a way of basically trying to figure a way to bring down our people and cut us off as a nation. You know, matter of fact, why they come with the agendas that they do? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, Job 9 and 24. But then you go into where's that at? I had a quick block out real quick. Habakkuk. Is it Habakkuk? I'll tell you right now. To devise iniquity upon their beds, KJV. Micah 2 and 1. And it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is the power of their hand." It is in the power of their hand. You see, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see? So these devils have, hey man, they will not go to sleep unless they come out with some type of device, some type of plan of how to basically kill Jacob. All right, kill the Israelites. All right, have them brainwashed where they can't see what the truth is. All right. There's another one that says, where is it? I forgot exactly where it's at. It'll come back to me. But hey, you can't go around it. Let me get some of these precepts. rules for thee, but not for me. I was just watching a senator on TV talking about too. They want to invest in broadband internet for all. Look at that, man. These devils is on another level, man. That's right. Beautiful scripture. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. So what's the miracles? The technology. That's how they're able to deceive us, man, through the technology that these people put out. All right. And it says, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Yeah, going into that revival of the Roman Empire, because they're taking on the ways of that society from back in the days, and they're trying to be like that now. All right. And then it says, brother put out Matthew 7:16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns and figs of thistles? Yeah, because you're able to know who's the ones that got this truth out here, man. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. You know, so how you able to know who has the truth out here? Through their fruits. All right. And we're seeing that actually YAHAWAH'S is bringing a separation among people right now, letting you know who has the good fruit and who has the bad fruit. And you see all these people that were scoffing, they about to find out that GMS had the 100% truth the whole entire time. Because you got all these other camps that they know they're Israelites, but they're not pushing they're not pushing this truth the way we're pushing it, man. They're not pushing that truth of saying that the microchip is the RFID chip. All right, they're not bringing out the prophecies of you know, too much of how Yahushua is gonna come back on the chariots and things like that. All right, they're just preaching. All right, and they're just preaching nonsense, man. But hey, a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So if you're not preaching properly, rightly dividing the word of truth, and you're off on one thing but not and not on another, your whole doctrine is off, man. All right, that's why it's crucial to be preaching, you know, rightly dividing the word of truth, because that's what's going to show your fruit. And we've been saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. We might sound like a broken record, but all these things are going to come to pass, just like it tells you in Ezekiel 33 and 33. When all these things come to pass, then thou shalt know that it was a prophet among you. And these people are going to really realize that there was a prophet among them. All right. So going back into, and now that you brought this out through the technology, all right, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right, that's why we go into what second Corinthians 2:11. Right, what does it say? Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant to his devices. Everything that's being brought out, we already know right through the spirit if it's some wicked shit or not. All right, that's why you got to have that spirit of discernment to be able to say, you know what, this shit is off, this shit is bugged right here. You know, there's certain things that you might have to make a move on and go with it. But hey, if it's something that's going to destroy you, something that is sinful, we already know what it is, man. We know not to deal with it. Because see, we smart. Brothers in this truth is smart. All right. Hey, Jacob was what? A supplanter. All right. That's what his name represented. That's someone that know how to scheme things. And our people that are in this truth, we know how to scheme things. So we slick. We know how to move around in society, man. So there's certain things that we're going to have to do and be smart with to get by. But at the end of the day, if it's something that's going to destroy you, something that's going to cause you to sin, ain't none of us going to do that. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. All right. So let me go back let me see what else they got in here.
Back to
I wanted to get another one that I had before I forget. I just put a video out the other day. It was crazy as hell. I was watching TV. This is how crazy, and this, I'm gonna bring this video out because this leads into that microchip type of mode. All right. Let me get it real quick. Damn, what the hell is it? Give me 1 second, be patient.
Damn.
Cannot mandate vaccines because these vaccines are approved under something called an emergency use authorization, EUA. And by law, you can't mandate a vaccine approved under an emergency use authorization.
Man, that was not it, but hold on. It's probably because it's in my, how do I go to my, damn. Oh, right here. That's why it's in here. No, it's not that one. 1 second. That's annoying right there. I can't find that shit. It was basically about a QR. All right. I was watching TV and a QR came up on my, so this one? No. Fuck. I was trying to take a picture, and in the middle of that picture, a QR came up. But it wasn't an actual QR, because, you know, our phones already could detect QRs and things like that. Damn, did they take that shit out? That's gonna be bugged out if they took it out, and I didn't even realize that. I think they really did take it out. Oh, right here. Water. All right. See? So you got this. I was taking a picture of this right here, right? To show, you know, show Instagram that they had a little, you know, documentary, which this is a pretty good documentary. All right. And it's crazy. That's how you know we are that revival of that Roman Empire. Because, hey, it says from Babylon to America. All right. So how can I turn my... It's not letting me do it.
Something more satisfying.
I'm looking for the arrows to go to the side pages.
Something more satisfying than being able to please.
What the fuck, man? It's fucking Satan fucking with my shit right now. There's usually arrows right here so I could turn to my side pages, because I have 6 slides right there. It's not coming out. There you go. I got it. So this is what came out right here. This is not even an actual QR scan. All right. And what's a QR scan? We already know what that is. That shit's all over the phones. It's basically like a barcode. Okay. And, you know, that's how you bring up, in the stores, you got barcodes on products, you know, so you scan it when you go to pay. But now they have that new technology where everything is a QR scan, where they give you this little this little box, and you could just take a picture of that and it'll bring it up in your phone right away. All right. So this is just the title of the second documentary that came out, called From America to Babylon, Making the Mark. And this QR scan was just as a picture. But it was funny because as soon as I go to take a picture of this on my TV to post it, this is what happened.
Yes, I got to show you this video, and I already know that this.
Okay. Wow. That's Satan, yo.
Yes, I got to show you this video. Definitely. Can't tell you about this shit. I already know that this.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Satan. You got 2 fucking videos playing at once.
Nah, definitely. Gotta tell you about this shit. This shit was fucking weird. Now, as I'm taking this picture, right? Because I was just gonna take a regular picture to post it up on Instagram. Tell me why that little scan thing right there actually scanned on my phone. Watch this shit. Check this. I'm gonna put it on picture now. You see that shit? My phone literally just scanned that shit, yo. That's how wicked this fucking society is, Look at that shit. It just keeps scanning too. Let's see what happens if I go to it.
So my point is, and this is what happened when you pulled it up, the URL came out for School for Profits, some bugged out shit. But my point was this: that QR scan goes into what? That technology that they trying to do with that microchip, because that's what you pretty much gonna be. You're gonna be an actual QR scan, man. And then you're gonna be able to be scanned everywhere you go. Everything that you're gonna be trying to do in society, all right, somehow, is just gonna be a straight scan. So it goes into that gradualism, it goes into all that, the way they just pushing everything in the society, man. You look, something as stupid as a picture, it's not even that was not a real QR scan, but they already had the technology in that little box. So they're putting that, they're showing you right in front of your face the type of world that we're going to be in, that digital world. That digital world is everything that they're trying to push. Let me see what the brother put up here. Ecclesiasticus 21:2, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee, and teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. That's right. So that's why we got to flee from the ways of the society, man. Because if you don't flee, that's why it says what? Come up out of her, my people. Come up out of her and the way out of, meaning the ways out of Babylon. Come up out of the ways of America, which it also is talking about, coming to the chariots, all right, when we get beamed up. But, you want to look at it in a spiritual sense as you got to come up out of the ways of Babylon, man. And these people are stuck in the ways of Babylon. They love the technology that keeps coming out more and more and more. And it's crazy because if you look, when we were younger, we used to be asked questions in school where they used to ask you stupidity like, what do you want for the world in the future for it to be better? And our little asses was always saying dumb shit like that. Computers, I want to be able to see this and that. I want to be able to talk from one person to another and one end of the earth to this side of the earth. And you know what? They gave us this technology right before your eyes. We asked for it and we got it. And now people are bugged because of the things that they do with it. Look at the movie Snowden. Great movie. They were literally that was an actual true story. That guy doesn't no longer live in America no more. Why? Because he was taken out of America for a reason, because they were trying to kill him because he had exposed the ways of the society. He exposed the way this devil was basically looking through everybody's phone and detecting their life through it, man. So now he works for Russia, and he's been hiding there ever since. And with him knowing the technology of America, that's how they able to, help out Russia with the shit that they're doing. That's why Russia is able to pretty much hack into our systems and shit like that, because of his smarts. All right, so we got to come up out of the ways of the society, man. All right, let me see what else I got. I know I got so much of these damn. Look at this shit.
Graphene oxide has the unique property of being both magnetic and a ferrofluid. That means both metals and magnets will be attracted to things contaminated with graphene oxide. We're getting numerous reports that the food supply has been contaminated.
Yeah, and that's been contaminated for a reason. Because, hey, they figure if you're not going to take this yo jabba jabba, I'm going to get you another way. And that's how these devils are. If they can't get you one way, they're going to figure a way to get you another. All right? So they'll do that. They're doing that as we speak, man. You go to the store. Hey, I advise people, go to the store with a damn magnet in your hand and start trying that shit. Because you don't know which meats and what foods are actually being tampered with now. You know? So either way, if they don't get you with that yo jabba jabba, they're trying to get you with their food. That's why we're supposed to be in a time of fasting and not really eating these foods, man, because you can't trust this damn devil. And they're all setting that up in you for when that time comes for them to deliver you with that what? That microchip. All right. Which matter of fact, let me just bring that out now. Revelations 13:16. All right. And it says, and he calls it all, I'll start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Yeah, so if you ain't worshiping, if you ain't down with the ways of this society, they're trying to kill you. All right? And then it says 16, and he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And you know what's crazy? Free and bond, you're starting to see that in the jail systems. They're already starting to bring certain technologies into the jail systems. The Joe Jabba Jabba. I think I've just seen somebody post up a video about how the people in the jail systems, they're already trying to present that microchip to them. So, hey, don't matter. This is going to be for all. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. Foreheads, we already been hearing what? We've been hearing about this guy, Elon Musk. You know, he's got his little agenda going with I got it right here. One second. I just seen it too. There you go. All right. See? FDA allows first human testing of brain chip implants, but not Neuralinks. All right. Which all when you hear him say shit like that, man, it's just all bullshit. Just know that they're making that shit right under your nose be eligible for everybody. All right, because they'll start playing with your head and saying, well, you know, I don't think this should be used, but this should be used, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. That's how he speaks. Basically, they're telling you that shit is about to be put out, point blank. And you have Elon Musk that was grabbing, yeah, matter of fact, it tells you right here on the bottom, you know, he had the monkeys, all right? Literally, he was playing with had a monkey playing a video game with no controller, just controlling it by his mind because he had the chip in his brain. You know, see, rival of Elon Musk's Neuralink cleared by FDA to test brain chip in humans. You see, studies of brain-computer interface devices, low-power chips to model 1 billion neurons. All right, they turning your brain into a damn little ass computer, man. Synchron's brain-computer interface device for human trials. Hey, it's out there. Been out there forever. They were just waiting for the right time to bring in that agenda. That's why they brought this yo jabba jabba and this big ass, this bullshit from Wuhan all of a sudden, because that was the only way that we're going to be able to bring in that an agenda. Matter of fact, David Rockefeller said, what did he say? He said, damn, I forgot how it goes. He said that all they needed was the right agenda to bring in the New World Order, and everybody would listen. Everybody was going to fall for it. And how they do it with the masks, with this whole Wuhan bullshit, and people started believing that was it, that was true. And look, they're able, by them, ever since they did that last year, look how much has happened from last year to now, where they're literally telling you, bringing all this type of technology right before your eyes that you never thought they would actually have. People thought that we were just conspiracy theories, but what's happening now? Well, who looking like a conspiracy theorist now? I see all this coming to life. So it says, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, a mark. When you go into that word mark, it goes into what? Charagma. All right, charagma, which represents a stamp and an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on their forehead or on the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Yeah, because there are many Antichrists. You got people bugged out thinking that the Antichrist is one person that's just going to be a baby and grow up and he's going to deceive the whole world. No, Antichrist meaning being against the Messiah. So if you don't believe this truth, you are an Antichrist. So those that's going to take this mark and this on their right hand or on their forehead, you're considered Antichrist. All right. It says a thing carved. You see, it's definitely carved into your skin. Why? Because it's, you go into the word karax, because that's where charagma comes from. Karax right here. All right. And it says a pail or stake. So if you look at the actual needle that they're using, it looks like a stake. It looks like a cross, and it's thick as hell, and it's pushing it right into your skin. All right. So then you go back. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. Yeah, he's not going to be able to buy or sell. That's why they're doing what they're doing with the Yo Jabba Jabba, because they're using the Yo Jabba Jabba as the gradualism by already telling you you can't buy and sell with it. So when it comes to that microchip being mandatory, people already have heard that you can't buy and sell through the Yo Jabba Jabba. So they're going to use that to just say, hey, you know what? If you really want to get your food, you want to be able to sell things like that, all you got to do is just get this mark and everything's going to be good. So they're using that Yo Jabba Jabba as gradualism with it, man. So by the time they come to present that chip, people going to be fucking tired of that shit, man. People just going to go right along with it because they're so tired of it. And then it says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which that word goes into what? Chi-Psi stigma. All right. And stigma goes into right here. See? Chi-Psi stigma. And that goes into where's that stigma? Give me 1 second. Root word. Nah, that's not the one. Let me find out these damn devils fucking with that shit. Is this stigma? Nah. Yo, this damn devil really fucked with it. Oh, right here. Stigma. See? A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. So that, hey, for those that are out there teaching that it's a spiritual mark, all right, that the mark is JC, all right, or saying stupid shit like it's white women, dumb shit like that, man. It's an actual physical mark, you know, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body, okay? To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master. Yeah, because that's what you're going to be, the ultimate slave to these damn devils. All right? That's what Esau wants you to do. He wants you to have that mark so he can basically brag and say, you know what? You are my ultimate slave, man. All right? And you got people out here that are taking this yo jabba jabba, and they're pretty much acting like that. They're making an actual brag about it. You know, oh, well, I got this. I'm able to do this and do that. Matter of fact, I got a little, because the brother was bringing out a lesson on that. Brother from the DC camp that I follow, Sidium's DMV. He did a beautiful lesson on that. And he was going into, let's go to it right now. All right, because these people are bragging about how they got these damn yo jabba jabbas and all that, and how they're able to do normal things while we can't. All right, but what does it tell you about that? All right, let's go to give me 1 second. Proverbs 25 and 14, and it says, whoso boasteth himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. Yeah, because these people are boasting themselves like if that was a gift, because that's what Esau's portraying it to be, that it's a gift for you to go out there in society and have this yo jabba jabba, just like it's going to be a gift for you to have this microchip and go out there and be able to be doing normal things again. So he's giving it to you as like a gift, but it says a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. So you got to look at it in this type of sense. Just think about it like, all right, let's look at somebody that doesn't live with his father, right? I'm a little kid, and I don't ever get to see my father like that. And my father is the type that always makes promises to me, but he fucking breaks promises all the time. So my father comes out of nowhere and says, well, you know what? Your birthday's coming, and I'm about to come pick you up, and I got some gifts for you. And you know what? You get it happy. You're like, oh, wow, he's coming. You know, my dad is coming. But then all of a sudden, when that time comes for him to come, he calls you up and he gives you that fucking bad news. And he tells you, I'm not coming. I don't got nothing for you. Now your ass went from having hopes to now your ass is at the bottom of fucking society, shitty as hell, feeling shitty as hell, feeling like you're a piece of shit. It's the same thing with this, all right? These people are boasting themselves of a false gift. They're boasting themselves of the things that they're able to do, but not knowing that Esau is basically setting them up for the okie doke and is about to fucking have your ass sad as hell when you realize that that gift he gave you is about to kill you, or that it's got basically, let's just say consequences to it, you know? And hey, that why boast yourselves about the shit that you're able to do with getting all that shit, with getting that technology, when your ass is about to be put to death for that? As a matter of fact, because what does it tell you in Revelations 14 and 9? All right, it tells you in Revelations 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see, so by you taking this mark and you going with the ways of society, you're going to drink of the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So you boasting yourself about this fucking gift that you getting, that you only going to have freedom for a little bit, but you're going to be put to fucking death for it. You're going to feel the worst type of pain out here, man. So that's what Esau is literally presenting it as. Like it's a gift for you to have this yo jabba jabba, or like it's a gift for you to have when that time comes that they push this microchip. All right. Let's go to Oh man, I can't go through there. Let me go to Ecclesiastic. Oh, I'm in Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus 20 and 10. And it says, there is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double. Yeah, because the gift that this damn devil's giving you, you ain't gonna profit from it. All right, and that gift is gonna have a recompense as double on it. All right, you're gonna catch. Hey, you're gonna catch a horrible reward, man. Okay, so let's go to 20 and 14. It says, the gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it, neither yet of the envious for his necessity, for he looked to receive many things from one. You see? So that gift, all right, of a fool, which we already know, that gift that's coming from the society, all right, it's gonna do you no good, man, when you get it. It really ain't. And then it's coming from someone envious, all right, which is what? Having that perpetual hatred from this damn devil. And then it says, for he looketh to receive many things for one. All right. So hey, he coming, he's seeking death. He for one little gift, he's expecting for crazy madness to happen off of it. Why? Because it goes back to what I read in chapter 12, that he let me get it real quick again. Chapter 12 and chapter 12 and chapter 12 and 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. You see? So he going, man, this devil, man, shit just gets me mad thinking about that shit. Dead ass. All right, so going back to 20, all right. And what was I? Oh, 14. The gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it, neither yet of the envious for his necessity, for he looketh to receive many things for one. You see? And then it says, 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove. You see? So presents and gifts blind the eyes. All right? It's blinding. That's why you can't deal with gifts and shit like that, because that shit will blind you. And that's how these people are looking at it. All right? They're looking at it like, hey, this is a gift to have this yo jabba jabba. I'm able to go and do the things that the yo jabba jabba cannot do. And they're boasting themselves in it, throwing it in your face like it's a great time. Ha ha. All right. Well, the person that's going to have the last laugh is going to be us. Ultimately, YAHAWAH'S. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7. 7 and 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Yeah, the mind. Going into your la'ab. The heart is your mind. So we're pissed off with oppression every single day, man, and we're always mad because a lot of people be like, oh, well, you sound like you got a lot of hate in your heart. This ain't, well, we ain't got no hate. We definitely mad. Why? Because we know who we are now. We see how we've been oppressed all these years, all our life, you know, generation after generation. And then it says, a gift destroyeth the heart. So this gift that they're giving you is going to destroy you. There's no way around that. That's plain and simple right there. All right. That's hey, beautiful. A gift is free. Is not that shit that they're giving us free? They're giving that shit free everywhere. And everybody's falling for that shit because it's free. It's beautiful. Oh, that's the script. Hey, brother had that. That's the spirit. You see? We do hate. We hate this fucking place. That's right. We tired of this place, man. All right? We're not filled with hate like these wicked people have hate in their heart, where they can't, just like it tells you in let me get that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon. See, we don't have this type of hate. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 3 or 2, I think it is 3 or 2. No, it's 2. Hold on, let me look at my book real quick. 1 second. Oh, it is 3. Salakia. Is it in 3? Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Oh, Salakia is 1. See, we don't have this type of hate right here. All right. It says, love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth, think of the Lord Yahawashi with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek him. For he will be found of them that tempt him not, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. For froward thoughts separate from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and his power when it is tried reproveth the unwise. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. You see? So wisdom can't enter into a malicious soul. A malicious soul constantly has hate in it, man. See, we're able to have this wisdom. We're able to have this truth. So this wisdom was given to us. Why? Because we don't have a malicious soul. All right? We have a pure heart, a pure, a righteous soul. Now, I ain't gonna say we're pure because our righteousness is filthy rags. All right? But we are still not a malicious soul. And wisdom cannot enter into a wicked soul. And that's why these people have continual hate. Even our 2/3 of our people, they have continual hate because they have malicious souls. So wisdom doesn't enter into them. 5, and it says, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will fly deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. For Yahweh is witness of his reigns, and the true beholder of his heart, and a hearer of his tongue. You see? Point was made. For wisdom is a loving spirit. We ain't got hate in our body, man. But like the brother said, man, we definitely hate the ways of this society. We definitely trying to get the hell up out of here, man. And like he just put up over here, all right? Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. Yeah, we oppressed every single day, so we mad. We might sound like we mad at the world, but we really not. We just mad at the ways of the society. And we want to get up out of here. And you know what? You devils is going to feel it by the time, hey, man, when Yahushua crack them clouds, all right, y'all going to feel it. And when y'all get put in slavery, y'all definitely going to feel it. Y'all don't feel it double, all right? So keep boasting yourselves about these stupid-ass gifts that the society is giving you, all right, and making you feel like everything is all good. Going back into what? All right? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon you. All right? So, hey, Let me see what else I got in here. Look at this shit. This is in the job I was doing the other day. All right, we was putting these things away. It says specimen collection swab. What this was I'll show you a better picture. It was this. We were packing these in there. All right, it says, you know, the Yo Jabba Jabba dry swab kits. All right, and I was looking at the damn, reading it. The swab itself says disposable device. When something is disposable, right, it'll usually say a disposable product. But this said a disposable device. Why? Because that shit is technology on that. We are not ignorant to Satan's devices. These damn swabs on the tips got that technology in there. A lot of people don't understand that. They're like, oh, because that, hey, that's why they said you either take the Yo Jabba Jabba or you get tested every week. Why is it that they need you to be tested every fucking week? Because the more you keep putting that swab on you, all right, all they got to do is put it in the tip of your nose. You got what? You got cells. You got, you know, pores, all that. All they need is, you can't see that technology on there, man. The nanotechnology things is so small. All they needed to do is just go in somewhere where your DNA is, and that shit connects to it. And that's how it basically what? It breaks down your DNA. It alternates your DNA. And we've been telling you that that's what it's going to do. It's going to alternate your DNA. And when the time comes for them to turn on the 5G towers, your ass is going to be bugged the fuck out here. Because they think because they've gotten 5 Jabba Jabbas, you know, they got a plaque in their house. They got a plaque and a trophy on top of their room bed, their nightstand on their body bed, thinking it's like, wow, I've got 5 of them and ain't shit happened to me. All right, well, when that 5G come up, and your ass starts acting weird as hell, start twitching and all that extra shit, then you're going to realize, oh, shit, I'm fucked. I'm done. You know? Yeah, they received consolation prize. That's right. But man, I can't wait. That's why I was hoping when they said that whole shit about the 11th, man, I was sitting here waiting like, where's it at? Wait, am I going to see somebody drop? What's going to happen? I was waiting for something to be turned on and just start hearing all over the news, people dropping all over the place. But instead, I think they were doing an actual FEMA test with your phones and your TVs, which I heard that what they were doing with that was that they were doing a high-pitched sound, and that high-pitched sound was basically disrupting something in your brain. So thinking the way these damn devils be thinking, they probably were trying to do a certain type of for those that had that I didn't get an alert neither. A couple brothers got alerts and some people didn't. So it was probably in certain areas that they were trying it. Probably more where the population is more high, you know, places like California, New York, Florida. They were probably doing it more in places like that. And a lot of us have our the alerts off. That's why, like, because what might have helped me out is that I always turn off, like, I don't get them stupid alerts when they say someone got kidnapped and shit like that. There's certain alerts that I turn off on my phone because we don't have control of those alerts. The government has control of those alerts, and they just send them through your phone, and then you'll get that shit randomly at fucking 4 in the morning and some shit. So that might have helped me that I have my alerts off, you know. But a lot of people did get those alerts, and they were saying that it was a high-pitched sound. That it was an annoying high-pitched sound that they had for like fucking 10 minutes straight. So we're not supposed to get frequencies like that in our brains. That's just bad for you. So who knows if those little high-pitched sounds that they were doing and testing us out with was not doing something to those that had that technology in their body. Just because they didn't feel it at the moment doesn't mean it wasn't activating something. It might have activated something, you know? We will never know. But we know that this damn devil be up to some bullshit. That's for damn sure. So we always what? Circumspect. We're always watching. And we're not sick. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. All right? But hey, yeah, that's pretty much the point, you know. Just wanted to touch on that because we're supposed to be bringing out this topic more and more. We're getting closer and closer, especially with the way they're talking about it on the news. So you're gonna hear brothers repeating lessons over and over about this. Why? To constantly remind you that we're here. That time is here, and we got to be prepared for it. Just like I believe Apostle Rhymelob did. Was it Apostle Rhymelob? It might have been Gabar. He did a video and he said, and the video was what? Oh, actually, Salaki, it wasn't none of the two. Well, they probably did do some videos on it too, but the one I seen was Manaktasakba from South Carolina camp. You know, he said what? Anything can happen at any time. And it's the truth. Anything can happen right now at any time because everything is set up where it needs to be. That's what they've been doing this whole time, was literally, yo, hey, brother, that's crazy you said that. I get the same thing. My ears, I don't know, it is weird. Certain pitches, I feel them. I can hear them. Have you ever seen that movie? It's that movie with The Rock, and the monkey and all that shit. Rampage. If you ever seen that movie Rampage, do you remember when they went on that building and they actually turned on that high-pitched frequency and made the animals stop doing what they were doing and turn back? That's some real shit right there. They can actually do that. As a matter of fact, that's one of their agendas that they're trying to do, that they have so much technology around us that at one point they want to turn on a certain type of technology that is going to sound like on a very low pitch. They're going to send out waves and it's going to sound like someone's talking to you in your ear, but it's no one around you. And it's supposed to bug you out and brainwash you type shit. And I can picture that happening with those that have the technology in their body. Those are one of the attributes that it will pretty much work with when that time comes. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it ain't too far-fetched, man, that they're already doing shit like that. If you hearing them rings, which, like you said, you hear ringing in your ears, and when it's quiet, you hear a ringing in your ear. I hear that all the time because my house is quiet. Ain't nobody up in here. So I'll literally hear a certain type of ring, a certain type of low frequency, and I can feel it in my body. And I'm like, where the fuck is that coming? It's like if it's coming from outside. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'll go outside and I'm like, where is that shit coming from? You know what I'm saying? And I just be thinking it'd be towers around us. You know, I actually live right across the street from me. When the power goes out in my town, right across the street, literally like probably 100 steps from here, is all the transformers and shit, the breakers that is all connected to the light poles and everything is right across the street from me. So I used to think at first, I was like, damn, is that shit from like the radiation or some shit, the frequencies from the shit outside across the street? But I'll never know, you know? But now that you said that you hear it, it just shows that it's probably everywhere. And that's right, that voice of God, that is something called like that. It's a certain type of agenda they're trying to push, where they're trying to make it seem like if it was the voice of God, because they're supposed to use the Project Bluebeam, all right, with that type of technology to make it look like when you're looking up at this Project Bluebeam shit that they're going to be doing, because one of the things they want to do in Project Bluebeam is they want to actually put up in the sky, like they want to put Caesar Borgia up in the sky and they're going to make it look like that nigga talking to you. If you're in India, what they worship, whatever the fuck they worship, they're going to have their God there. Different parts of the world, they're going to put whatever those type of people worship, they want to put those gods in the sky somehow through the Project Bluebeam and then use this voice of God bullshit. You know what I'm saying? In different languages, all that. So, hey, the scriptures say we're going to be in a time that we have never seen in this whole, under the whole heaven. So anything can be possible in these days, man. You know, with this damn devil, we don't know what he got up his sleeve. From a college campus, man. Yeah, you probably got a lot of shit around there too. You know, because hey, that's college. College got all types of crazy shit they be doing in college, man. And you know, they're around the I've seen they have a Nassau thing there. Hey, that's probably where it's coming from. Exactly where they probably coming. Where you at? What state you in? Florida, California? And especially if they got a NASA type thing around there, man. You know, NASA is always on some, you know, satellite dishes and all types of crazy ass technology like that. So it could definitely be possible that they're actually LA. All right. So yeah, it's possible that, and that's a big state, you know, around LA, you know, after LA comes around, you know, you got the damn desert and shit like that. Nevada, where Area 51 is and all that. Yeah. You know, so yeah, I know California state, but you know, being around there, you know, you got, if you go past out of there, you're going into, you know, where like Nevada is and all that shit. So that's where Area 51 is. And who knows, you know, the shit that they've been doing there. Hey, Area 51 is crazy. Area 51 is big as hell. And what you see on top of the earth of in the land there, that's nothing, because Area 51 goes underground. So who knows how far they have gone and dug underground, how far they are. They could be having access to California from Area 51, from digging so much underground. Because I used to, hey, around my way, there's a lot of military camps, like a lot of what do you call it? Like there's one out here called Lakehurst, I forgot what it's called, Lakehurst something. But they do, it's a big area where they do a lot of training with bombs and shit like that. And yo, it'll be like 3 a.m. and the fucking earth is just shaking. All you hear is brr, brr. And I'm like, damn, yo, these niggas is bombing at 4 a.m. and doing fucking, like, you know, training and shit like that. But I'd be literally thinking that it's all happening underground. And they're bombing shit underground. They're opening more tunnels and things like that. And the earth is feeling it. You know, that's why we're able to feel these things. So we don't know what these damn devils is really doing, man. Yeah. Helicopters land there. Yeah, man. Well, that's another thing around. That's what it is. Lake, now that you said that, the water. Lakehurst Naval Base. That's what it is. So the same thing you said, that there's helicopters and shit landing there. Around my way, you see these big ass planes. They're not normal planes, yo. They're planes that are like fucking thick as hell, big as hell. It looked like they can carry like 50 million tanks in that shit, yo, and just come drop them off. They're straight military planes. Military planes are way bigger and way thicker and longer than the ones that you see when you just see you know, Spirit Airlines pass by and shit like that. You know? So by us being around these military camps and shit like that, man, you don't know what these people are bringing, what they're doing under their ground and shit. It's crazy. I swear I used to hear loud sounds too, but I haven't heard them in a while now. Yeah, man. This is, hey, I hear them all the time out here. I still to this day hear them and I feel them. Ground be shaking. And we're not a place where there's earthquakes, because we're not by fault lines and shit like that where the plates be shifting in the earth. We're nowhere near that stuff. So for us to feel an earthquake type shit, which I remember when I first moved into this house, I remember mad shit fell off my walls because of a big loud bang that felt like an earthquake, and I felt like it was underground. And I was just like, oh man, this ain't no place of fucking earthquakes. You know what I'm saying? So it made me think, you know, damn, these devils is doing some extra shit on the ground. And they really be doing shit like that, man. But hey, man, that's pretty much the point. Like I said, just wanted to touch base on that topic, man, because we gotta keep getting into that topic more and more, and I'm gonna keep going to it more and more as I can find more information. I'm sure now that they're showing all this damn information coming out, we're gonna keep bringing out more information, you know. But Lord willing, y'all was edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawah Shai, Kol Haloyim, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well in this truth. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. The Water Brother for coming on once again, and helping me out with scriptures. You know, Yahawah Bahashem, Yahawah Shai, Barakatah. And to the next one, Shalom. Lord willing, it was edifying, man. The water.